Hello, I'm the lead analyst for collegefootballwinning.com, where all we do 365 days a year is focus on college football. Welcome to the 2013 Army-Navy preview. This is a preview of the 114th matchup between arguably the two greatest rivals in all of college football, Army and Navy. What we're going to do is we are going to give you support for each side, and right now let you judge, based on the support that you hear for each side, which side you think you should back, especially if we are looking at this from a betting perspective. First, let's look at Navy. Navy, right now, as this is being recorded the Wednesday before the Saturday game, December 14th, 2013, Navy is getting more than 80% of the public betting. Navy is 7-4 straight up, and they are 8-3 against the spread in 2013. This is the sixth full year for head coach Ken Niumatalolo. He is 51.32% against the spread overall, and for this 2013 campaign, he is 4-2 against the spread in away games, and this is being played at a neutral location in Philadelphia, so it's considered an away game. He is just 2-3 against the spread versus Army. Now, here are some reasons why you might want to back Navy. First, Army and Navy have played three common opponents this year: Western Kentucky, Hawaii, and Air Force. Army went 0-3 straight up versus those common opponents, while Navy went 2-1 straight up against those opponents. Advantage Navy. Speaking of common opponents, every year that these guys meet up, Army and Navy, they have one common opponent that is most important to focus on, and that is Air Force. Why focus on Air Force as their common opponent? Because Air Force runs a similar offense, that triple option offense. Navy beat Air Force this year, 2013, by 18 points, while Army lost to Air Force by 14 points. That is, all told, a 32-point differential for that most important common opponent, Air Force. So once again, advantage Navy. This game is often most meaningful to those who will never play in it again, the seniors. Navy right now has 9 senior starters listed on their depth chart, while Army has fewer than that. They have 7 listed on their depth chart. The most important player in a triple option offense is, as you may have guessed, the quarterback. And Navy's sophomore quarterback, the dynamic Keenan Reynolds, set a single-game FBS record for rushing touchdowns from a quarterback in Navy's last game versus San Jose State University. He needs just one more rushing touchdown to tie the NCAA's all-time single-season record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Now, by points scored versus points allowed, so call it margin of victory, Navy this season is a positive 6.8. So that means that they are beating their average opponent by 6.8 points, while Army is a negative 5.4 points, so meaning that they are losing to their average opponent by 5.4 points. So you put those statistics together and you get Navy as the better team by 12.2 points. Well, currently, as this is being recorded, Navy is a 13-point favorite according to the latest consensus betting line. So being 12.2 points better in terms of margin of victory is really close to that 13-point betting line that is the consensus right now. But by every legitimate rating system, Navy has played a tougher schedule. So taking into account each team's strength of schedule, Navy should be favored by more than just that simple margin of victory. So minus 13 right now looks like it could be a bit of a bargain when you're considering the Navy side. Now, quantitatively, from the guys who put out the power ratings, now we're not talking about odds makers. We're talking about the statisticians, the PhDs in statistics, the guys who often advise the odds makers. The quantitative analysts have put, on average, the point spread differential in this game, Army-Navy, this year, 2013, they've put it at Navy as being just over 17 points better than Army. So therefore, if you go strictly by those numbers, Navy is getting about 4 points of value. So the difference between the betting line at 13 and Navy being recommended as about 17 points better than Army. Now, another point to consider, not only has Navy won 4 more games straight up, so regardless of the spread in 2013, but they have also won 4 more games against the spread. Army is 4-7 against the spread this season. Navy is 8-3 against the spread this season. If anything, that suggests that Army has been overvalued all season long by odds makers, while Navy has been undervalued by odds makers. Once again, advantage Navy. Now, Navy is 6-4 against the spread versus Army over the past 10 years, and that includes going 4-2 against the spread when they were double-digit favorites, just like they are in this game. Right now, more than 80% of the public betting is on Navy, so more than 80% of the people out there who are betting on this game are betting on the Navy side. Over the past 10 games, so the past 10 seasons, the team that managed to get at least 70% of the public betting, and that happened 6 times, they have won, that happened 4 times. They have won all 4 of those games against the spread, and it was Navy all 4 times. So those are at least 9 good reasons why you might consider backing Navy in this spot as a favorite of 13 points.